Reporting here live, it's your girl Kia Hospital from Conveaux Comments, and I am here with the Dark Brothers in front of the Le Petit Theater in downtown Homa for the private screening of their new movie, Blue Chippers. How y'all feeling today?
Feeling good, feeling good.
You're looking great. You're looking good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Preston, tell me, what is one thing that inspired you the most to create this film?
My brother,
Mm-hmm.
he asked me to partake,
Yeah.
and I said sure.
Okay.
So here we are.
Here we are. So, brother,
Yeah.
this is your grand idea. Next man up. You the next man up. You know what I mean? Tell me, what was the inspiration behind this whole movie, this whole documentary?
So the inspiration, right? The reason why I kind of wanted to make this film is, you know, every year, we teach, right?
Right. You know, the coolest on the block.
Right.
On the free side.
So every year you get these new class of freshmen that comes in every year. They want to be recruited, right? They want to get that scholarship. They want to be a Division I athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And me being a coach, me being a teacher, right? I kind of feel like there was like a disconnect because people wasn't really educated on how to get recruited, right? How to maintain the recruitment, how to even go about it. So me being a teacher and a filmmaker, I wanted to marry the two and make this film so we can educate the people about this college football process, about the recruiting process.
Yeah.
Because eventually now with NIL, with name, image, and likeness, where college athletes are able to get paid,
Yeah.
this thing is a business. You know what I mean? So people need to learn. People need to get educated about what it is that they want to get into.
Yeah, and I really, really enjoyed all of the different aspects that y'all included within the movie, especially the mental health aspects. I feel like you having that counselor present really allows the students to see just how much it can take a toll. Like she said, so many people just base their whole identity around athleticism and football and sports. Sometimes they don't have nothing outside of that, and sometimes that's all they kind of depend on. So I really think doing this whole movie and just the inside look on the process really, really will inspire and also educate the youth on just the process that's going on. One thing I want to ask you, Preston, okay? I know you said your brother inspired everything, but if you had to tell anybody from your experience working with the youth, working with all of these student athletes, some advice that you would give them, what would you say to those young adults that's trying to get into the world of football?
Continue to work as tirelessly as you can and make good connections with other players, because sometimes they help you out in your recruiting process. Also, make sure you keep a good relationship with your coach and position coach and whatnot. So stay in the weight room, do all those things like going to camp, performing well, getting those reps at the camps. That's what I kind of want to, what advice that I would give, is just do those things, and a lot of things that happen for you on down the line if that keep on going.
Yeah. Okay. So looking at this film, I ain't gonna lie, I did tear up, bro. I cried. I didn't think I was gonna cry, like I don't know why I thought I wasn't gonna cry, but I think the part that got me the most was just seeing how passionate these players are about everything. I think the part that made me cry the most was the Ja'Cory Matthews whenever they went to, this game and they wanted to be the champions, and then he got hurt and then he couldn't get into it, and then also LT, he was somebody that couldn't even play in his last game, and I just saw the effects that it have on these people, and so many of them are dependent upon sports, but I feel like this was also a look for them to kind of look outside of just football. Like, what will you do if you didn't have football? So I really appreciate y'all putting this together. It's so much local talent and so much talent that we do have here, including y'all, man. Y'all are some of the biggest and the best directors and producers out there. So tell me, when did y'all get started directing and making movies? How did this even come about? College?
Yeah. College.
So y'all always wanted to do this?
Oh no, I just kind of picked it up. I had a real good friend of mine in college who does music.
Yeah.
And, he had a situation to where, like, we had came up with an idea to buy our own camera. And so, and that's kind of like, I had to do some convincing with Derek on that.
Yeah.
And, once we got a yes, we bought the camera and we're here now.
Yeah. And man, y'all making so many big moves, man. Dark Films is only getting bigger and better. I thank y'all so much for y'all time, and I cannot wait to see, maybe we might get a Blue Chippers for basketball. I think that might be a nice little inside one too, So y'all stay tuned. If you have not seen the film, please go check it out. It's on Tubi, Apple TV, all of this. Blue Chippers, okay, it is amazing. I loved it. Everybody loves it. And I can't wait to see what else you guys have in the future. Thank y'all so much.
Appreciate you for having us. Thank you.